So this morning, your boy Chud the Builder has just appeared in Nashville courthouse to answer to his what's it called? His restaurant dashing charge. You know, he dashed a restaurant in Nashville and didn't pay a little $200 for his steak and potatoes. You know, so he got a charge for that. But while watching this short clip, I noticed that something very interesting about what the police officer that was, basically on scene and was able to watch the surveillance footage from the courthouse of the incident that took place of the shooting between him and Joshua Fox. And he says something very interesting that I think's cooks Chud the Builder. And I cannot wait for all his supporters to hear this shit and start to cry. Because we all know that you guys are the biggest fanboys of Chud the Builder ever. And no matter what the hell he does, and no matter what anybody really does that supports these type of niggas, you're gonna just cope and pivot away from the truth. But without further ado, let's get into it, shall we?
Happening now, the controversial online streamer known as Chud the Builder is making an appearance in a Nashville courtroom. Dalton Eatherly faces 3 misdemeanor charges stemming from a May incident at Bob's Steak and Chop House inside the Omni Hotel. Investigators say Eatherly live streamed inside the restaurant after staff asked him not to, then refused to pay. Eatherly also faces separate felony charges in Montgomery County for a shooting investigation. During Eatherly's court appearance, one investigator on the stand recalled the shooting.
Shots were shown being fired prior to them hitting the ground.
So pay attention. He says, before Chud the Builder and Joshua Fox are both on the ground grappling each other up, right? There's already shots being fired, okay? So everybody trying to say, oh, he fired a shot after he attacked him. No, nigga, no, that's not what happened, okay? He started firing his weapon before Joshua Fox attacked. Okay? So get that through your heads. Clear as day. And he's about to tell you how. Right now.
Shots are being shown to have been fired prior to that?
Yes.
And how do we know that?
I can see, or in the courthouse video, it shows the casing ejecting from the firearm. It also shows the ricochet off the concrete planter.
Okay.
Prior to them hitting the ground.
So again, outside of the Montgomery courthouse, right? On surveillance camera from the footage, right? That he obviously seen because he was obviously there, right? Prior to them being on the ground, right? Because on the footage of that not on the footage of the courthouse, but on the footage that we seen online, right? Of the short clip of it transpiring. Joshua Fox didn't punch this guy up or nothing, right? There's not a back and forth fight one-on-one going on. There's him attacking or running at Chud the Builder, and then Chud the Builder's already firing shots before he's even grappling him and, on the ground with him. This is what is shown on the surveillance footage from the courthouse, okay? And I guarantee you, it's going to show a lot more and prove that this guy is about to spend 60 years in prison. All right? I guarantee it. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'll bet on it though. I'll bet on it for sure. All right? Because there's a reason why. You know what? Let me just let the clip speak for itself, all right? Let me just let it go.
Mr. Fox hadn't been hit at that point, correct? You're seeing a ricochet in one casing.
I would assume so.
So notice Jacob Fenley, right? Chud the Builder's lawyer to the left of him, right? That supporter and racist ass lawyer. Notice what he said. He's like, Joshua wasn't hit prior to that, correct? Obviously not. Obviously not. You want to know why? Because the nigga Chud can't shoot. He has no aim, bro. Okay? That guy, bro, he's up close. He is literally 5 inches, maybe 6 inches away from this guy, bro. Okay? 6 inches away from Joshua Fox. And you couldn't hit shit, nigga? The first shot? Gang. He shot multiple times. He didn't just shoot one time, you know. He shot multiple times. I can't remember how many times Joshua got hit, but bruh, I'm pretty sure it was probably like once or twice, my nigga. Chud shot at least like, what was it? I think he emptied his shit. I'm pretty sure. Unsuccessful hit. Okay? Nigga can't shoot. And at the end of the day, bro, Jacob, listen, let me talk to you for a sec. None of that matters, bro. He can't shoot. He has bad aim. At the end of the day, if prior to them hitting the ground, there's a no shots fired, right? Which means, what am I trying to say here? If prior to hitting the ground there was no shots fired, then you would have a case to say, oh, you know what? Okay, he attacked them. They're on the ground, and maybe he was choking them out or some shit like that, and that's why he fired. That would make more sense. But no, before they hit the ground, Chud the Builder's already firing, dude. He's already firing shots, bro. He already has the intent to fire his gun, bro. Do you like? Come on, man. This is why he's cooked. Because he tried to make it seem like on the voice recording that, oh yeah, I had to fire my gun. I tried to walk away. No, you didn't try to walk away, bro. You didn't try to walk away. You instigated the situation, right? You bothered this man for no reason, right? And you tried to make it seem like, oh, well, not you, but the supporters tried to make it seem like Joshua just targeted this man. Bro, all he tried to say was, listen, I'm just trying to fight Chud the Builder so I can get my Twitch up. He didn't say nothing about unaliving him or doing bodily harm to him, anything like that. So all that shit that Chud the Builder said in his last court date, or that the judge said that he said online about, oh, anyone trying to approach me with bodily harm, I'm gonna use my weapon. All that shit's out the window. No one tried to approach you bodily harm, bro. And just like the Carmelo case, you can't bring a knife to a fist fight, and you can't bring a gun to a fist fight. So you're going to jail, nigga. You're going to jail.
The judge denied Eatherly's release today, citing violent posts he's made on social media. Eatherly is also facing a $1 million bond in the Montgomery County case.
And bond denied. Once again, it's just great to hear this shit, At least we are getting some type of justice after we've been getting dealt so roughly by the system. Finally, we could sit back and relax and watch this stupid ass man, Chud the Builder, get cooked. As you heard what the lady said too. The judge read through his social media stuff and like, we don't want this a part of our community. Nope. Keep him in there. He deserves to be in there. He's comfortable at home. I agree, Judge. I agree. Keep this nigga in the worst cell possible, right? Make sure he is in the worst cell possible. I'm not gonna advocate for starving anybody or anything like that, but keep him in the worst cell possible and keep him around a lot of niggas. Yes, make sure he is not around any white supremacists and any troublemakers. Yes, keep him around the niggas because niggas run the jail anyway. So just keep him around them. I think that is the best option for him. He needs to learn a lesson because you know what? I'm sick and tired of these racist people getting away with shit, thinking that they could just unalive a black kid or unalive a black man or try to shoot a black man or do something and then poof, that's all it is, you know? But like I said, the judge, I knew the judge wasn't going to have it. She is not playing no games. Look at this lady. Just look at her. You think she's playing games, bro? This lady looks like she looks like she just wants to give someone 100 years. Just because. Just because she wants to and she can. You know what I'm saying? That's what she looks like to me. I wouldn't fuck with this bitch at all. She looks like she's ready to give you 150 years, actually. For real. But Chud the Builder's cooked, though. He, all this lying and all your supporters that are sitting here trying to defend you, bro, it's over, okay? Once trial comes, you are cooked. And you're going to spend a lot of time in prison. Now, he might not get 60 years. I don't think they're going to give him the max, but they could. I hope they do. Because this is not just a attempted murder case, okay? This is a hate crime. That is what this is. This is a man who has literally stirred the pot with racism, okay? before this guy came on the scene, it was already bad. But now that he came along and started doing this bullshit online, it started to have some of these white supremacist type of people go even harder with their racism and their bigotry online, And it's me personally, I don't really care because it doesn't bother me because you know what? We all know how TikTok, Instagram, and you know, all these social media platforms are. They have all these community guidelines, but they don't even follow it themselves. They have all these people with fake accounts coming on here, always spreading this racist shit, you know? So we need some balance, and I think this is the perfect balance we needed for it. So this is why I could ignore all the bigotry and the racism online because this right here is what I look forward to. All right? But y'all let me know in the comments below what y'all think, man. Do y'all think Chud the Builder's cooked, bro? Like, after hearing that testimony from the police, right? Do you think Chud the Builder has any redemption left in him to actually beat this case? His bond has been denied. He's still sitting on a $1 million bond. So it doesn't seem like they're trying to budge on that $1 million bond, my niggas. I ain't gonna cap to you. It looks like Chud the Builder is gonna have to fork up that $1 million without his supporters. It don't matter how much money these people make. He ain't getting out. And here, let's be real. The person that's behind his account, right, on X, right, because obviously it's not him who's on X, and this nigga be posting every day. It's probably his wife or his girlfriend, if he even has a wife. I'm pretty sure it's his girlfriend because he doesn't have a wife. But what are they doing with the money though? There's over 600 there. I mean, there's no guarantee this nigga's coming home. So I think the best option is just send the money, just spend it. Just spend it. But let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like in this video so I can go through the algorithm. Support the channel, man. Let's keep it going, man. I'm being consistent every day. Trying to push y'all some videos out. Trying to keep y'all up to date. So y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm out.